There's a road that cuts across the southeast corner of Utah that forever lives in my mind as the beautiful way. I rode it on May 15th, 2024. It was day 35 of a 112-day solo motorcycle journey I call my Grand Detour. I rode it east to west, and I almost didn't ride it at all. This is Utah State Route 95, also known as the Bicentennial Highway. It winds for 121 miles, connecting the town of Blanding in the east to Hanksville in the west. I had been staying in Moab, and that morning I'd ridden out to Canyonlands National Park. And on my way out, I stopped at the Shafer Trail Overlook. If you haven't been, it's the kind of view that just takes your breath away. Below you, Shafer Road drops away into the canyon to meet up with the famous White Rim Road. Dead Horse Point is in the distance, and the Colorado River is somewhere down there too, carving its way through all of it. I was getting ready to get back on the bike when someone stopped me and asked where I was headed. Torrey tonight and Bryce Canyon tomorrow. Are you taking the quick way or the beautiful way? Well, the quick way was north to the interstate and then west. And the beautiful way was south to Blanding and east. On my way up to Moab, I had ridden through Blanding. So to be honest, I was actually thinking about taking the quick way. But that was before I met this random stranger. I stopped for lunch back at the Moab Diner, and I was on the bike, pointed south. At Blanding, I filled up with gas, and I turned right onto Route 95, the Bicentennial Highway. And I'm glad I filled up, because not long after, I passed a sign with an important message: no services on State Route 95. Out here, that's not just a warning, that's an invitation. And so for the next few minutes, I'll let this road speak for itself. This is the Colorado Plateau, high desert country, sitting somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 feet. And what you see isn't emptiness, it's survival. Every plant out here has negotiated a hard deal with the landscape. The trees along the road, pinyon pine and juniper, they've been doing this for ages. They don't need much to hold their ground, and they don't get much. There are two things that shape everything out here, and it's simple: water and wind. Where the water goes, everything follows. There's green, and there are critters. And where water doesn't go, only the hardiest and most stubborn make their homes. And then there's the winds that polish the landscape smooth. And it's magnificent. But riding along the plateau was only part of the story. Approaching the Colorado River and Lake Powell, the road changes. You cross the Hite Bridge, a dramatic steel span over the Colorado, and one of the more famous river crossings in the American Southwest. And then the much smaller Dirty Devil Bridge, not far beyond it. And then the road starts to climb. This is where Route 95 earns a different kind of reputation. If you're familiar with Butler motorcycle maps, you know their rating system. G1 is the highest designation, the best riding roads in the country. You go out of your way to ride these. But G2 and G3 roads are pretty wonderful too. And approaching the Colorado River from either direction, something unique happens. The rating shifts from G3 to G2, and right before the Hite Bridge, the rating changes to G1 for the next 21 miles. I crossed the rivers and climbed to the Hite Overlook, and I stopped for a while, walking around and taking in the immense views before getting back on the road. continued west through the canyons, through Cedar Mesa sandstone and red walls rising on both sides, the road threading through it like it found the only possible way through. So I'll leave you again to experience a few minutes of this section of the road in silence. I spend most of my time riding on the East Coast. Appalachian roads, Blue Ridge, West Virginia, Pennsylvania. Green, layered, intimate. Beautiful in their own right. But this is something else entirely. Out here, the scale is different. The colors are different. The drama isn't only in the curves and the hills. It's in the walls rising beside you, in the distance you can see, and in the way a thin ribbon of water at the bottom of a canyon has spent 10 million years making all of this. If you want to experience the full ride, miles of canyon and stunning views in silence with nothing added, I'll link to a Miles in Silence version of this road in the description. I ended that day in Torrey, Utah, a small town on the western edge of Capitol Reef country, and I happened to catch it at just the right moment. A beautiful end to a beautiful day, taking the beautiful route. Thanks for watching. Until the next ride, be safe, be curious, and keep meandering.